Hello and welcome to Lorindalandia. Today I would like to talk about this concept of chasing love and also that if they don't love you now, they never will. What I'm talking about in this is like a person or even an environment or a group of people where you feel that you need to change yourself to be deserving of love, where you feel like you're not good enough to be deserving of love. And this can happen, for example, you have a dynamic with someone, right? And you feel like this person doesn't accept you for who you are and doesn't love you fully for you who you are now, but there is like this hope in the future that if you change something about yourself, if you were different, maybe if you were smarter, more beautiful, more accomplished, whatever it is, you'll get this person love and approval. And this is such a deceptive mindset, and this really doesn't work because if you're not getting love now, you will never get it. If you're not being loved by this person now, if you're not being accepted by this person now, if you're not being valued by this person now, you will never will. You never will be valued by this person. You never be fully accepted by this person. You never be worthy for this person. And this doesn't define yourself really, that this tells more about the person than it tells about yourself. I think this is also a very narcissistic strategy of like future faking, in the sense that maybe a narcissist can keep you entangled in their interactions and behaviors for this hope that one day I'll be valued, that one day I'll be accepted, and that one day I'll be deserving of this and that. When in reality, you already are deserving of all of it. When in reality, you already are worthy of love as you are. You don't need to change a thing to be deserving of love, value, and worth. You already are it inherently. There is nothing that you need to change to receive this love, acceptance, and worth. And I think sometimes it can really deceive ourselves and trap ourselves in this mindset, because the moment that we actually try to change ourselves to fit into this person's expectations, to maybe in a distant future get that person's validation and proven a love, we are setting us up in a trap that will never happen. That person will never love us. That person will never accept us fully. We can change ourselves to extended ways. We can be a fully different person. It really doesn't matter because that person simply doesn't accept us for who we are, and that there is nothing we can do about it, and there is nothing we should do about it. Actually, this is a sign of discernment, and this is a sign for us to let go and walk away. But I think this usually is a manipulative strategy, usually from narcissists, like the future faking, saying, in the future, I will love you if you do this. So you can keep on trying. So you can keep on being here. In the future, if you are this or that, you get my approval, my validation. And you never will. That is the truth. And this is a sign for you to walk away, not only from like romantic relationships, but also friendships, but also work environments. I think if you are, for example, in a work environment where a company that doesn't value or accept you, or doesn't give you like the worth that you deserve and the validation that you deserve just by being yourself, there is nothing you can do to change that. You can be the most accomplished person, you can have all the awards, you can have all the accomplishments, you can have everything, and you will still not be feel valued by this person, because he has nothing to do with you and has everything to do with them. You already are worthy as you are, you already are lovable as you are. There is nothing to change. And actually, when people don't see the worthiness in us, when they don't see the value, when they don't see the love, this is just a way to discern, for us to know, okay, this environment is not for me. Okay, this person is not for me. It doesn't define me. This is just a way to discern, okay, this person is not a person for me. Because at the end of the day, we don't have time and energy to be for everyone. That's not the point. The goal here is to find people that value us by who we are without having to change ourselves. So when we are in an environment or with a person that we don't feel accepted by, we don't feel worthy by, we don't feel valued for, this is really a sign to walk away and not put more effort into changing ourselves, because then it really becomes sometimes a difficult trap to get into, because the human brain works in a way that the more effort you put into something, the harder it is for you to let go. So, what ends up happening in this type of dynamics is that if we continue to try to change ourselves, to try to get this love, acceptance, and sense of value that we'll never get from this person, we will just spend so much energy and so much time in being something that we are not, to achieve something that we'll never get. Basically, we'll spend so much energy, so much time not focusing on ourselves, not focusing on our sense of worth and value and acceptance, but really wasting it away in a person or environment that will never give that back to us. And sometimes this can be a form of self betrayal, and this can be very hard deception to spot, because I think we have been so trained to feel like we are not good enough. We have been so trained to think like good things in life you have to work hard for. Working hard is the way. So I think we apply it to so many aspects in our life. And I mean, in a lot of physical things, yes, hard work pays off. Yes, you need to work hard for some things, but not for a sense of love, acceptance, and worth. You don't need to work hard to get external validation. You need to maybe work hard to give yourself validation. Maybe you need to work hard to give yourself love. Maybe you need to work hard to give yourself value and accepting yourself. But you don't really need to work hard to be accepted. You are, and or you aren't. And where you are, you stay with in that environment, because that is an environment that is healthy for you, that accepts you as you are and is nurturing of you. And where you are not, it is just a sign to let go. It is just a sign to leave. If we are dealing here with a narcissistic person, that usually I think is very connected with narcissist personality disorder, that what happens is you don't feel good enough, right? You don't feel like you're worthy enough, and maybe you try to change yourself to fit into that person's expectations of you, to get some sort of like external validation that again you will never get. And maybe you reach a point that, okay, I'm out. I'm done with this. I realize that this like doesn't make sense. I'll not get the value, worth, and validation I'm looking for here. I'm gonna go. And usually what narcissists do is that they lump bump you again. So maybe they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know, they give you like a little bit of that love, acceptance, and validation, and you go back into it thinking, they are changed, now they are giving me like all that I've been looking for all this time. And then you go back into that relationship or dynamic, and then what happens again is that you go back to feeling unworthy. And then they are going to again devalue and diminish you for being who you are. And you're going to go back to that state of feeling this need to chase for love, this need to chase for approval, this need to change for a sense of worth and value. I think this also applies to a sense of external validation in like accomplishments. Imagine someone doubts you, someone says to you, okay, I don't think you're good enough, I don't think you're smart enough. This can be like a person that you just know randomly, some sort of hater friends. And they say, I don't think you're smart enough. I don't think you're going to be able to accomplish this. I don't think you're going to be able to do this. And imagine, even if you accomplish it all, even if you prove them that you are smart, intelligent, whatever it is, even if you prove to them that you are capable of all the things they told you you weren't, they will not give you that validation. They'll probably find an excuse, oh, you only were capable to do this because of this and that, because someone helped you, or whatever it is, whatever it is. So, if we continue to live our lives to prove to the people that never loved us to begin with, it is an empty vessel. We are just wasting energy. We are just wasting our precious time and energy where we could be implementing that energy towards ourselves. Chasing love, chasing any sort of external approval, especially from people that never gave to us, is a complete waste of time and energy because they will never give that to us. We are already deserving of love, acceptance, and approval as we are. There is nothing to change about us. We already are worthy as we are. And if we fall into these traps of these people that make us feel less than, or make us feel not worthy, or make us feel not loved, the sooner you walk away, the more power you gain. Because if we try to change ourselves and chase these things to try to get some sort of approval from them, it's a waste of time. We will never get it. These people will never give to us. And this is actually a sign for us to distance ourselves from these people and environments. If you are in an environment where you feel like you need to prove yourself, where you feel like you need to seek for love, when you feel like you need to chase love and acceptance, this is your sign to walk away. This is your sign. This is not an environment for you. And this is your sign to focus on people, places, and environments that accept you as you are. They give you love as you are, where you don't need to change a thing to be loved and appreciated. And also, don't blame yourself for being in environments where people diminishing you, devalue you, and by staying in them and trying to change yourself to seek other people's validation. This is a very common trap, and I think we have been so taught to do this. We have been so taught to change ourselves to get some sort of approval. We have been so taught to look for external validation, like you are only worthy if people see it, you are only valuable if you have like some sort of prize or some sort of approval from others or some sort of external validation. That's the only way you have value. I think we have been so trained to believe in this that it's very normal to fall for this illusion, to fall for this deception. And just know that you already are worthy of everything as you are. You don't need to change a thing to be worthy. You already are inherently. And when we are faced with this type of environments or people, this is really a way of discernment. This is a way of saying, hey, I'm out. This is not for me. Wishing you the best, but this is not the type of environment for me. And actually, the more you disengage and the quicker you let go, that's the way that you basically win, because that's the moment that you start pouring that energy and time for yourself, instead of like wasting time to get something that you'll never get. You can actually pour that energy into yourself. Imagine a good technique that I use to let go of this type of people or environments is to ask myself, what did I want from this person? What was I chasing in this type of dynamic interaction, in this type of relationship? What did I want? Was it love? Was it validation? And I ask myself, how can I give that to myself? These people and these interactions and these environments can be a great teacher for us to learn how to love ourselves better by just asking ourselves, what did I want this person to say? What did I want this person to do? And doing that for yourself. That is the way that you nurture yourself. That is the way that you are not wasting energy. You are nurturing your own energy by giving yourself what you need. These people can be great teachers in showing us how we can love ourselves better. But it's only when we let go. It's only when we realize that if they don't love me now, they never will. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.